Where did the Yoruba people come from? Today, we're diving into something truly fascinating: the myth surrounding the origins of the Yoruba people. These ancient stories offer a window into how the Yoruba envisioned their beginnings. But just so you know, this episode will focus on those myths. In the next one, we will switch things up and dive into the history of the Yoruba people through archaeology, linguistics, and other scientific facts. For now, let's get into this fascinating myth. The Yoruba creation myth describes a dramatic beginning. At a time when the earth was entirely covered by water, Olodumare, also known as Olorun, King of Heaven, sent down divine beings to create solid land as well as plant and animal life. They arrived in Ife, bringing a small quantity of earth, a chicken and a palm nut. By pouring the earth onto the water, they created a small piece of land. As the chicken scratched the land, it spread, eventually forming all the continents and islands. The palm nut was sown and grew, marking the beginning of plant life. These divine beings became the ancestors of humanity, and the place where this creation occurred was named Ife, meaning the source of the spreading. Another version of the creation myth includes named deities, Obatala and Oduduwa. According to this account, Obatala was appointed to lead the creation mission. However, Obatala had a bit too much palm wine to drink, and he got a little tipsy. His inebriation led to a lapse in leadership. That's when Oduduwa stepped in, took charge, and completed the job. Because of this, Oduduwa is celebrated as the progenitor of the Yoruba people, and in some versions, the father of all humanity. This part of the story shows just how significant Oduduwa is to the Yoruba identity. This myth made such an impression that even early European visitors took note of them. When European missionaries encountered these stories in the 19th century, they were told that all religions had originated from Ife. David Hindera, a missionary who visited Ife in the 1850s, reported, "Ife is famous as being the seat of idolatry. All the multiple idols of this part of the country are said to emanate from the town. From there, the sun and moon rises where they are buried in the ground. And all people of this country, and even white men, spring from the town." In 1882, Reverend Samuel Johnson was told by the chiefs of Ibadan that Ife was the place where all nations of the earth have sprung from. And in 1886, the Alaafin of Oyo told British agents that the Ife people were the fathers of all, and that everyone originated from Ife. Henry Higgins, a British agent, summed it up nicely. "There are all manner of legends as to the wonders to be seen at Ile-Ife. The Ifes call themselves the conservators of the world and the oldest of mankind, and boast that all crowned personages in the world, including the white man's sovereign, went out originally from Ile-Ife." These early accounts show how deeply rooted the creation myths were in the Yoruba worldview. It is clear that these myths were and still are a powerful part of the Yoruba identity. So what do these myths tell us? They show us how the Yoruba people see their place in the world. The belief that whole human life began in their homeland reflects a strong sense of pride and cultural identity. While modern research shows the Yoruba people have lived in their current homeland for a long time, these stories give us a window into how they understand their past. Interestingly, this myth spread beyond Yoruba land and influenced neighboring cultures as well. Many West African groups adopted parts of these stories into their own traditions. And that's it for today's look into the Yoruba creation myth. These stories aren't just ancient, they are still a vibrant part of Yoruba identity. But remember, this is just the first part of the story. In our next episode, we will explore the historical and significant side, looking at evidence from archaeology, linguistics, and more, to trace the real origins of the Yoruba people. Adebusui lorúkọ mi. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.